If you want to win some free PSN or Xbox gift cards, all you gotta do is be subscribed to my channel, drop a like on this video, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Also, if you guys want to get your hands on some cheap Master Prestige accounts for any Call of Duty games, check out DigiZoni. The link will be down in the description, and make sure to use code GOBLIN. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and since everyone has been loving these so much, I'm back for another dual com with my man Tan Kid. You guys may have seen the first one or the second one, but this is, I guess, the third episode of it. We're just talking about some different stuff on Black Ops 3, a very popular Call of Duty game that a lot of our subscribers love and that we love also. Today we're talking about sort of DLC and supply drop secrets, Easter eggs, glitches, a lot of different stuff, so I'm not really sure how to classify it, but I'll let Tan Kid take it away, introduce himself, and start it off here.
Alright, what's going on guys? Aaron or Tankadu, welcome back to another Black Ops 3 video. Yeah, as Luke was saying, we just want to kind of encompass the coolest, I guess, most interesting things about a few DLC weapons in Black Ops 3. Some glitches, some Easter eggs, some secrets, and some updates that you might not know about. So, starting off with the nail gun and SMG in Black Ops 3, the DIY-11 Renovator. It's a pretty cool weapon. It's a projectile-based SMG, which is kind of rare because we don't really have many of projectile weapons in BO3, and it's the only DLC SMG to be projectile based. And there is an interesting Easter egg, an interesting, I would say, a glitch that's never been really put out by Treyarch or by Activision. Yeah, this is the set in stone, you know, reason we did this. It's just a thing on Black Ops 3. I'm not too sure if it was intentional or not, but when you're using the nail gun in Black Ops 3, you do not appear on the radar. If you're shooting your nail gun, no matter if it's in free-for-all, SND, you have a silencer, you don't, you're hip-firing, whatever the case may be, if you're shooting the projectiles from the nail gun, you do not appear on the radar. We covered it in our last video. It's similar to the VMP overkill glitch, where essentially you wouldn't show up on the minimap if you had overkill in the VMP. Luke, I don't know if you ran into anyone with the nail gun online, but I don't know if you noticed that they don't really appear on the radar if they shoot.
Yeah, I've heard about this, and I have used this gun myself, and this is something that I think in COD 4 there's a pistol that does this, and still to this day they have never fixed it. There's like a pistol that never appears on the radar, or I think it was that even when you have there's another one that even when you have a silencer on, it still appears on the radar. So it's kind of like the reverse of this glitch. But I think this is definitely not intentional unless it says somewhere on the gun's description that it's supposed to do this, which I'm not too familiar with this gun. But I think that obviously this is really good, and you'd think, holy crap, a free silencer, everyone should be using this gun, but the gun just doesn't really compare to the best guns of the game, and that's why I don't think it's that big of a deal. Much like how the pistol in COD 4 was broken, who really cares if it's a pistol? This one, of course, is one of the better DLC weapons, but it can't really compete with your actual top-tier SMGs, in my opinion. So that's why it's like, this is cool, it's fun to use, and it definitely helps you out for using the nail gun or the DIY Renovator. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make it super duper OP and something they have to patch immediately. And that's why I think that it's cool, and it's definitely a glitch some people probably didn't know about, but it's not the biggest game-breaking deal in Black Ops 3. That's what I would say about it.
Yeah, for sure. So going alongside with the nail gun, you know, some additional bonuses, some additional perks that you might not know about some Black Ops 3 DLC weapons. The Banshee and the Rifty 9, two other projectile weapons, they're both unaffected by the silencer. So you essentially can put on the silencer on the Banshee or the Rifty 9, and on regular weapons when you use a VMP or maybe even a DLC weapon like the KVK. If you're using a silencer, you might see the damage reduction across range, typically as a silencer does for most weapons. But because it's a projectile based set in stone damage on the Rifty 9 and the Banshee, essentially no matter where you shoot from, how long it goes for, you're going to do the exact same damage wherever you're shooting at the body. If you shoot the leg at 1 foot or 10 feet, it's the exact same thing. The silencer on those weapons don't affect the damage across range. So essentially you can stay off the radar and not take that damage loss. I think it's a really cool thing with making these classes. Luke, do you agree?
Yeah, I think this is really cool. Also, of course, it makes sense if you think about it. It's like you said, it's set in stone. It's a projectile based, much like the nail gun is. So it seems like that's where these issues are coming in. So basically, what this is you can use a silencer, and it'll still keep you off the map, do what the silencer does, but it won't give you the negative effect, which is silencer makes it harder to kill people at long ranges, I guess is the easy way to put it. And this is really good, especially in Black Ops 3, because in Treyarch games, and especially Black Ops 3, I think Black Ops 3 was known at the start of its game as being the worst game to ever, Call of Duty game, to run a silencer in. Because it would decrease the damage at range, or the range damage by so much on, especially assault rifles. It was unbelievable. I think they messed up the code and they ended up fixing it. But even now, it's still like, if you watch an Infinite Warfare, you'll see all the best pub stompers always run a silencer. Or Modern Warfare 3, it's P90 silenced, MP7 silenced, ACR silenced, because silencers just feel better on those guns, and it feels like it doesn't hurt your gun at all. It only helps. However, in Black Ops 3, none of the best pub stompers really, I know myself for sure, I don't use silencers really, because unless you're trying to be a perfect stealth class, there's no need. They just hurt your gun too much, and that's why I think this is kind of cool. But once again, it's just the Banshee and the Rift E9, so it's nothing game breaking, but it's definitely helpful when you're messing around with those guns. You'll still be able to kill people just as easily and stay off the radar.
Yeah, for sure. So, like you said, they're not the most overpowered weapons in the game, but a really weird thing, and I think it comes out of laziness primarily with Black Ops 3, is the KVK. Now, it is a pretty strong assault rifle, some would say one of the stronger assault rifles in Black Ops 3, and there's a really weird, I guess, auditory glitch or auditory mess up. I don't know if it was intentional. It seems to be, like I said, out of laziness, or just, I guess, out of a rush to put out the weapon. I'm not too sure if they're saying, okay, maybe we can do a weapon update this month, and they just, they rushed the sounds. But if you didn't know, the KVK, the weapon firing sound, the bullets coming out of the gun, is the exact same sound as the Shiva, another assault rifle, which is kind of weird because it's a single-shot assault rifle, and you hear the repetition of the bullets on a fully auto gun, and you're like, it's the same exact sound. I don't know if you noticed that, Luke.
Yeah, I did notice this right away, especially I think Dr. P mentioned it too, and I was like, wow, this is 100%. It definitely is the same sound as the Shiva. However, it still sounds like the AN-94 kind of from Black Ops 2. I think what this is it's just, much what they do with the weapons is like how they take the R70 and then they model that one into the Argus so they don't have to start from scratch, right? It's much like if we're making a thumbnail, we might not start from a blank page. We'll start from our last thumbnail, take off some things, add some things. And it's basically, that's how most people would work, and that's how this definitely works as well. So I think they were just testing out different sounds. They said, well, the BO2 one kind of sounds like the Shiva sped up. Let's give it a try. This works. Why change it? I guess you could say laziness or just being smart. It doesn't really matter, but it is something that only the small percentage, 97% of players won't know this one. That's something you could say about that, because that is something that not everyone would know. Yeah,
for sure. So another weapon that had a really weird update. The KVK goes into the game with a really weird sound. The 1911 pistol, the previous before the KVK for the weapon updates in Black Ops 3, had an update that not many people know about. Similar to your 97% might not know this. The 1911 was updated without any real patch notes or I guess global recognition within the community, and it was completely changed. The sound of the weapon was changed, the damage across range, the damage overall, and it's essentially almost a brand new pistol. It sounds different, it plays different. I don't know if you mess around with the 1911. I'm sure I think you have it on your account. Do you?
Yeah, I did get this one. But it was when I did that big opening, I got a bunch of stuff, so I never really got around to using this one yet, because I have to go through the main guns that I got first, right? Test those out, level them up before I can do videos with them. But the 1911, definitely I've watched quite a few videos, and it seems like if you have any sort of good trigger finger, this thing is a freaking monster, and it's DLC pistols, Treyarch really, just pistols overall. What did we have? The RK5, amazing pistol. Then we have the Marshall 16 came out, and it was the first when it came out, it was better than the RK5. You could run two Marshall 16s, and you didn't even have to shoot both of them at once because it's so strong. Just kill one guy with the right, kill one guy with the left. It's like left, right. You're getting double kills all over the place. Then they ended up nerfing that a little bit, but it's still super good. And now, like you said, 1911 was already pretty good, and now they've changed it, and it's even better. It's just absolutely insane, and I think this one definitely is the most popular pistol right now for people that have it. Definitely a DLC gun that competes. It's rare when a DLC gun can compete with other real guns in their class, but this is definitely one that does this and does it quite well.
So we've covered the SMGs, the ARs, the pistols, But the special weapons in Black Ops 3, you know, a special weapon category, we don't really have many of them. Ballistic Knife, NX Shadowclaw, and the D13. They're all kind of quirky, weird weapons in their own way. There was a glitch that was pretty bad. At one point in Black Ops 3, you could say that they were the worst DLC weapons in the game. Obviously, it was fixed afterwards, where the NX Shadowclaw and the Ballistic Knife, you couldn't retrieve the bolts or the blades you shot. So when you would shoot a Ballistic Knife and let's say you missed, or the NX Shadowclaw and you would miss, or even if you killed someone, when it hit that floor, when it was sitting on the ground, you couldn't run over and pick it up. The only way you could get, you know, ammo back, you know, blades or bolts back was through scavenger packs. So I don't know if you've messed around with the special weapons. Like you said, you pulled a lot of weapons in your last opening, so I'm not too sure if you've like gotten around to using your NX Shadowclaw and your Ballistic Knife. But luckily, you know, previously, if you were to use them, it was almost impossible to go on streaks.
Yeah, I guess that would be... Scavenger is usually the way you would get ammo back anyway, I would think.
Yeah.
But then this is just destroying the second way of getting ammo back. So it really sucks, especially if you're trying to do trick shots with those or whatever you're trying to get. I know it, like, there's people that, if you want to, I've always said this, and I haven't really seen anyone. I don't know if there's any, like, popular knife-only players in Black Ops 3. But if you are, because obviously there was Only Use Me Blade back in the day. He was very popular.
Hey, shout out to Knife Handler, BO2.
And, yeah, so I'm not sure if there is any in BO3, but like I said, if you are a knife player, this is the game you want to be a knife player. You got like 20-something melee weapons. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
Like, you can actually have fun. You're not walking around with that boring knife every time. You might have a skull splitter. You might have a freaking taser gun in your hand. You never know what it is. And if you are a knifer, you can do it with some swag in BO3. This one, just kind of a unique glitch that most people won't know about. Definitely something that doesn't really affect gameplay, but it affects that small niche players, which sucks for them, I guess. And
so those are 5 supply drop secrets. I wanted to throw in a bonus one because I know Luke is quite the class setup god, and he's probably one of the best class setup video makers in the community. So I wanted to throw in a little bonus one, the R70 Ajax, the only DLC LMG in all of Black Ops 3. Because it self-regenerates the ammo over time, you don't need scavengers, so it's essentially the best DLC gun for maximizing classes. I don't know if you've messed around with the R70 Ajax any, but it's pretty good in terms of, you know, the classes you can make, because you're essentially freeing an entire perk slot up by, you know, not running scavenger.
Yeah, this is really good, and I made a video on this too, unlimited ammo. It's basically like talking about exactly this thing. People should know this, but you know, it's something that sometimes you have to point out, because I see people on their videos all the time using the R70 Ajax with scavenger. There's literally 0 point except for your secondary and your
nades or
C4 whatever, but literally there's 0 point pretty much. And the cool thing about this is, like you said, you'd think it frees up 1 point by not using scavenger, but usually you're going to want to run scavenger and fast hands. So by freeing up scavenger, it also frees up that wild card.
True.
So you're actually saving 2 points on this, and really awesome. The one thing that sucks with the R70 Ajax is when you have no ammo and you can't reload, you're just kind of sitting there like you're on the waiting list at the DMV or something. Like you're just sitting there waiting. Okay, is it my turn yet? Come on, reload, God, because there's literally nothing you can do, and that's why I always say run a secondary with this thing so you don't get caught with your pants down. But yeah, just a bonus little. That's not really a glitch or nothing. That's how it's designed to be. That's
perk,
a little bit of a tidbit right there. Definitely a good point though, Tan.
Yeah, so those are some supply drop secrets in Black Ops 3, some cool Easter eggs, some cool glitches, some cool bonus effects and perks with the DLC weapons in BO3. Any final words, Luke?
Not really, just a lot of stuff. I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, I knew this, but I doubt that you guys knew all of these.
True.
If you did, that's just absolutely insane. You must be the ultimate knowledge god of BO3 DLC guns, and basically, a lot of these don't really matter, but they are kind of cool to know. So when you go and meet your friend, you can, you know, give him some of these little things that you learned here, and he's gonna think, "Oh my God, I do not want to 1v1 this guy, man." When he has this sort of knowledge, this guy knows little secrets about the NX Shadowclaw. Yeah, I'm not messing with this guy.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Smash a like, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Luke's. And I think, is the sale going on, Luke? You still giving out cookies for every subscriber? I don't know if that's going on still.
You can sub for a cookie as long as you don't looky. That's the main thing I can say. And of course, subscribe to Tankit for the best CLD content. A lot of people saying, did I hear him say CLD? That is right, you did. CLD, DLC, just flipping it around, play on words, having a little fun with it. I recommend always having fun when you're doing videos or when you're playing COD, of course, because that's what it's about, man.
For sure.
That's about it, guys. Have a great night. Peace out.
Peace.